So here is the second part of my video today where we're talking about the flow. So as we come through the door, we are greeted by the bakery counter, as I like to call it, and we have our menu up there, which I can modify on a day-by-day basis. It's just a chalkboard. I do like these chalkboard signs as well. We actually use these, this style of chalkboard to welcome our reservations. We put those on the table when we had the full tea room, but now I use them just to identify each of the cakes and pastries that we have available. Now, I did start out not having this as a full bakery counter. I actually use this more of a welcoming space and a prep space, but since moving it to the front of the shop and having it as a counter, people walk in and they go, oh gosh, that looks nice, I'll take one of those, one of those and one of those. It just makes the sale of things so much easier. Case in point, the cinnamon swirl biscuits that we have here, they weren't really selling too well. As soon as I put them on the front counter, they started selling extremely well. So this is the space that I did have where all my cakes set up, but what I've done now is I've moved some of the drinks and some of the things that I sell that are more retail focused. So I have the Derbyshire tea over here, which is a new tea that we're just trying out. I've got traditional bottled drinks, so these are cold drinks like lemonade and elderflower and dandelion and burdock. I do sell these little nut bars. This is really because I don't tend to do gluten-free, and we have to be very, very careful of allergies, especially in the UK. So I just have an option there. I haven't really sold any, to be honest, and I don't think I'd do it again, but that's just my learning. I do have a little bit of chocolate cake here, only because I didn't really have room for it on the counter, and I'm going to be serving that with a bit of ice cream. Then I've got my own teas that I've just set up there so people can easily see them. And then I have a water jug for people if they just want to fill their water bottles up. We get a lot of cyclists here. And then I have this little stand here where I have my own tea blends, which I think I need to push a little bit more, but I think now that they are much more visible on this space, that might help as well. And then on the bottom shelf I have crisps or chips, which we actually add to our lunch options, and then I've got some more of the bottled lemonades there. On the base of my counter, so this is my prep station, this is the piece of furniture that I use. It's actually a Victorian washstand with a marble top, so it's ideal for food service. And then underneath, that's where I keep my teacups. I have a little shelf there. I have got some drawer space. This is where I keep my cling film. It's not very easy to open because it is an old piece of furniture, but we don't use it that much. Then I've got my trays and my serving pieces. Up here I have a little shelf, and I've just moved my teapots. In fact, I only had one teapot when I opened, on the small ones that serve one or two. So I've bought two more, that's the grey and the white one, and I've just popped them up here because I did have some tea packets and just some general bits and bobs, and I was finding that it's much easier to use the teapots. I go straight up there, and then I've got my cafetières or my French press, depending on if you're from England or from America. We have slightly different phrases for that. And then I've got my kitchen roll. And then over this side I have some squash, which is a dilutable orange drink. I keep my coffee in here. I have chai tea latte, my tea bags, I can do a cappuccino, and I have an air pot that I'll bring in a moment that will have my boiling water in there, so I can serve for that. And then we have a little bit of storage underneath, and of course my bin. And then down here, this is where I keep my plates, so everything's just a reach away. We're not having to open doors or anything. And I've got some milk jugs there too. And then inside the cupboard, this is where I keep things that I'm not really using, but they're there if I need them. And it's also where I keep my boxes of tea for my own blends. So I hope that helps when you start to think about how you're going to lay out your space. And you will find that you move things around a little bit just to make it a little easier. Oh yes, over here, just from a health and safety point of view, in my cooler I have my milk and my clotted cream, and I also have butter and jams in there in little packets. I have a water bowl there for washing hands, and then at the bottom I have my bus bowl for taking away all the dirties. So I hope that's been helpful. Hope you've enjoyed just having a little walk around my English tea hut, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.